everybody, welcome back to Nico Brothers. I just bought this 2018 Ford F250 utility service vehicle for only $7,800. But it was bought sight unseen all the way from Florida. We just got it dropped off, brought over here, so I don't know what to expect, what's going on, but it is awesome that it's a utility vehicle, so it's got those toolboxes in the back. Definitely a nice package to have. Obviously some front end damage over here, but nothing too crazy, hopefully. The idea is to get this thing fixed within 24 hours. We should have all the parts here. So take it apart, see what's wrong, take out the bad and put in the good. Nice. This upgrade right here definitely cost a good bit. Nice name brand toolbox, service vehicle. Beautiful. We got some old parts in there, so that's pretty good. $7,800, but after fees, we're definitely looking at $8,000. Close to $9,000. Shipping this thing over here costs us $700, so already it's starting to add up, but we'll see what it is. Let's go ahead and get it inside, take it apart, see the bad, see the good, and hopefully there's no hidden damage, because I don't know, but it is a run and drive, so that is nice. Starts right up, no airbags deployed. Got a little NOS button right here. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what that is. 129,000 miles on it. Nice little truck. Surprisingly really clean. Wow, for a service vehicle, this is great. All right. Man, she's purring. We do have a check engine light that's on, but like I said, no airbag light, nothing else going on. Fantastic. Let's get it in there, lift it up, and see if there's no hidden damage. All right, guys, definitely need an alignment for sure. Steering wheel's like completely sideways, and that was me driving straight. So luckily we have a line machine, so we'll get that done, not a problem. Like I said, we'll have to see if there's any frame damage, suspension damage. Obviously we got some stuff going on. Maybe that fender might be good, might be bad. Grill, bumper, headlight, hood a little bit. We'll see. Hopefully these horn frames are good and things like that, but it's hard to tell till we lift it up, take it apart, check out the bad. So this one is the Super Cab, so it's got the full doors in the front and the suicide doors in the back. Got this nice little 385 horsepower V8, 6.2 in it, with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Not too bad, it can pull about almost 10,000 pounds. Seats 5 people, and that's pretty nice because basically you don't need it too long. If it was full-size doors, definitely makes it harder. Pretty quick and easy. Take it about the front end to see what the damages are. This is a utility service vehicle with a 2-wheel drive. Not too bad, pretty stock, pretty basic I would say. Nothing too crazy, but hey, less stuff to go wrong. All right guys, so it looks like the frame pieces did move a little bit that way. So we're gonna have to put it on the frame machine and just slightly pull it to the driver's side. But overall, this piece looks good. The radiators look good. I'm gonna definitely scan it, see what that's going on. Nothing else too crazy going on over here, thankfully, but it will need to go on the frame machine. All right guys, so there's the old headlight right there. As we could tell, it's not too bad. Little scuffs here and there, but nothing crazy, which is awesome. Here's the old bumper itself. Next to that beautiful Corvette. Still doing great, but anywho, it's not horrible either, and maybe we'll be able to reuse some of the brackets and some of the pieces on there. Obviously need a new bumper, but there's a lot of little hardware here that we'll be able to reuse, so that's fantastic. Save wherever you can. Getting it scanned and see what's up with that too. Might as well scan it too to see what else is in there going on. Bunch of stuff did pop up, but a lot of things are from history, from old. Just gonna go ahead and clear it, see what stays, and see what we really need to work on. And luckily, it looks like everything's passing. Let's go ahead and get some framework done and get those front horns pulled. And just like that, guys, I even got the frame straightened out and looking good. Pulled both of them. So now we should be able to get the bumper on there. Get the new bumper with all the other brackets and all the other pieces put together. Quick and easy. Just Lego pieces. And we'll get this back on there with the grill and new headlight. Bada bing, bada boom. A couple hours later, we'll be back on the road. And just like that, we're ready for the new install of all the new parts. So getting that new headlight in there, pretty sweet, looking brand new. Got the little film on there, it's always a good sign. Do a little test fit and check, make sure all the gaps are looking good. But then also we have to make sure that the light bulbs are in there. A lot of times they're not, so we'll have to check that as well. Basically just took the light bulbs out from the old one because they were fine, just the front lens was scratched up. Get it plugged and play. So easy, so nice. And get that in there. Honestly, it's pretty awesome when the right parts fit where they're supposed to, because a lot of times there's different trims, different levels, HIDs, all this other stuff, but this is pretty simple, straightforward. I've got the right part for the job, getting it done. Definitely got to test out those lights, make sure everything's plugged in properly and working before moving on to get that grill on there or that bumper, because that'll be a pain to take off later. Time to get that big old steel front bumper on there onto that frame. It's pretty interesting that that steel frame is actually 95% strength steel, stronger than the previous generation, so that frame is pretty solid. Going with the chrome bumper to give it that little shine and give it a little more class. Always save what you can. That front emblem is huge and it's not damaged, so might as well get that off too. It's pretty interesting that Ford switched the Super Duty to a high strength military grade aluminum body, so it's shaved off hundreds of pounds from the truck while improving the rust aspect. I mean, the 6.2 V8, that's awesome. Long service life, simply naturally aspirated, no turbocharged, nothing like that, pure horsepower, low maintenance cost, and they could get to almost 300,000 miles. Diesel is nice, but then you gotta worry about the DEF system, you have to worry about higher maintenance costs. So with gas, it's just so much cheaper. Depends what you're doing. If you're not pulling crazy stuff, this will definitely save you. So able to reuse the emblem and those little clips on the side too. Surprisingly, when you get new parts, they don't come with the little accessories that are needed and so hard to find. So save what you can with the old stuff. Bada bing, bada boom, just like that, ready to install that grill, and hopefully everything snaps into place. It does help if you put it up the right way. Looking good so far. Just because it said run and drive on the ad Copart, it doesn't mean that it's actually be roadworthy, but now that we tested it out, we looked at it, we scanned it, did a little bit of framework, super happy with it, and it's turning out just fine. Getting all the little trim levels buttoned up on there, get it clipped in there properly, moving right along. Getting that grill secured, basically it snaps in, a couple bolts on top, and that's all it takes. Very easy, good to go. Luckily, the upper radiator cover was inside the back seats. They took it off before, but they kept it, so that's awesome. We didn't need to buy that at all, so that's original OEM. Good to go. Honestly, wow, check it out. Those gaps look great. Everything kind of lined up where it's supposed to. Things plugged in nicely. Very happy with the results. Time to give it a good wash and take it down the road. Definitely looks like a different vehicle already with that front chrome. It matches the fender side right there. Sweet looking little truck. Utility trucks usually have a lower resale value than regular pickup trucks, but a higher demand among the contractors because of the built-in storage. Back on the road again, alignment looks great, it's not pulling left or right, steering wheel's pretty straight, check engine light's not coming back on, no ABS light, nothing like that. And since there's no airbag lights going on, it was actually pretty quick, simple rebuild. Nice and easy. Still plenty of life in it, only 20,000 miles. Alright guys, went for my first test drive. We actually did alignment on it as well, and it was off a little bit, but now it's driving straight, driving nice. Beautiful, what a quick turnaround for sure. Gaps look great, front bumper, that chrome grille makes it really pop. Very nice. It's pretty crazy how they actually salvaged this thing out. I mean, yeah, I had a little bit of damage, a little bit of work to it, but nothing crazy. Not even a 24-hour challenge. I would say this is a 4-hour challenge. Very easy, very quick. I love when everything fits in how it's supposed to, inside and out. Turned out great. Beautiful work bed truck over here too. These storage compartments are really nice. Nappenheim, I think, very nice, solid, super useful, very secure. So you basically just lock it down, then everything will be locked. So put a key, whatever box on there, you're good to go. Nice little drawers, you got all your little shelves, organizer trays. Super cool. All around. I mean, very clean. Surprisingly, I've never had this before. Definitely took care of it. And then I cleaned up very nicely as well. The leather's in good condition. The pleather, leather, whatever. But check that thing out. Wow. Great find. So let's go ahead and do a price breakdown. How much this thing cost us. We got our front Copart after fees, basically getting it over here for $8,850. Shipping was $700. That headlight was only $125. Bumper $186. Little bracket for $82. The grill $152. Little cover piece $40. The lip $54. And we actually had to pay some storage fees because we didn't pick it up in time. It's kind of hard to get it out of there, so that was another $160 just in storage fees. But overall, we're less than $10,000 in it. Some fun facts about the Nappenheim. It was actually founded in 1848 in Illinois. Nappenheim started as a wagon manufacturing before transforming itself into a truck body toolbox automotive industry that grew. It's still a family-owned place, and it's going for the 6th generation of leadership. Pretty crazy. It's the largest commercial truck body manufacturer in North America, building service bodies, utility bodies, mechanical trucks, platform beds, dump bodies, and more. And that's a wrap, guys. Just like that, quick turnaround. Honestly, these are fun cars to work on, easy, reliable, and high demand. Everybody needs a nice little work truck for sure. So I think it was worth saving, and I don't know why they even got a salvage title, because that's pretty crazy. But that's all the time for this episode. Thanks for joining us in this quick rebuild. Just real numbers, real life, you know, kind of projects kind of thing. So more of a everyday truck for somebody. So thanks for joining. Leave some comments down below. Let us know if it's a good deal, bad deal. Make sure you're subscribed. And hey, we'll catch you next time.